I'm 98 years old. I've been a soldier, a father, a husband, and a businessman. And I'm going to tell you the truth that most men take to their graves. They won't tell you this at the country club, and you won't hear it in your boardroom meetings. Why? Because it admits defeat. And men, we hate admitting defeat. I've buried 2 wives, my eldest son, and every guy I served with in the war. I've made fortunes and lost them. But the thing that keeps me awake at 3 a.m. isn't the money I lost or the wars I fought. It's the arrogance. The arrogance of thinking I was the provider, that my presence was secondary to my paycheck. I thought my job was to build the house, not to live in it. But let me tell you when I actually learned this. Not at 90, not at 80. I learned it the hard way in 1957. I was 30 years old, ambitious, unstoppable. It was a Saturday, June 8th. I remember the date because it's burned into my memory like a brand. My wife Eleanor wanted us to take the kids to the lake, just a simple picnic. She had packed sandwiches. The kids were in the back seat, laughing. She looked at me and said, "Just a few hours, John. The blueprints can wait." But I was building a shopping mall, a big contract. I told her, "Not now, Ellie. I have to finish these blueprints. I'm doing this for us, for our future. Go without me." She took the kids herself. She smiled, hid her disappointment, and left. That was the last time I saw her smile. A drunk driver hit them on the way home. I was sitting at my desk calculating the steel requirements for the roof when the phone rang. The police officer's voice, it sounded like it was coming from underwater. She survived, but she was never the same. Her spirit was broken, and 6 months later, a blood clot took her. But what killed me wasn't just the grief. It was the realization that the future I was working so hard for vanished in a second. I traded her last smile for a set of blueprints that are now rotting in a landfill somewhere. I swore at her grave I'd change. I promised God I would prioritize life over work. I promised I would be present. And just like you, I lied to myself. I broke that promise almost immediately. I told myself, I have to provide. It's the perfect excuse for men, isn't it? I'm doing it for them. I remarried a few years later, Margaret, a saint of a woman. We were married for 50 years, and looking back, I realized I wasn't a husband to her. I was a roommate who paid the bills. And you know what my biggest regret is with Margaret? It's not that I cheated or gambled. It's the garage. It's the TV. It's the newspaper. Every evening she'd want to talk about her day, and I'd say, "Let me unwind, Maggie. I've had a long day at the office." I'd retreat to my workshop or stare at the football game. I was in the same room, but I was a million miles away. I treated her conversation like a noise I had to tune out. I treated her kindness like a renewable resource that would never run out. I thought being a good provider meant bringing home the bacon. I didn't realize she didn't want the bacon. She wanted me. Because here's what nobody tells men. We build these man caves, these offices, these sanctuaries to escape our families. And then one day, you get your wish. You are finally alone, and it's hell. My son, Michael, he died of a heart attack at 52. I was 78. I outlived my own son. That is against the laws of nature. I remember standing over his coffin, looking at his face, and realizing a terrifying truth. I knew his job title. I knew his salary. I knew his golf handicap. But I didn't know his fears, because I was too busy being a father to be his friend. I was too busy teaching him how to be tough, how to be a man, how to win. I forgot to teach him it's okay to be human. I remember him asking me once to go fishing. Not fishing, really. He wanted to talk. I bought him the best rod money could buy, a graphite beauty. But I didn't go with him. I had a meeting. I sent him alone. That fishing rod is still in my basement. It looks brand new. It's never been used properly. Just like the relationship I never built. You're sitting there. Maybe you're 40, 50, or 60. You're wearing a nice watch. You're thinking, I'm building an empire, old man. I'm securing my retirement. Listen to me closely. The cemetery is full of men who had important meetings to attend. The cemetery is full of indispensable men. You tell yourself you'll take your wife to Italy when you retire, when the stock options vest, when the kids are out of the house. Guess what? By the time you retire, you might be changing diapers, either yours or hers. Your knees will be shot. Her back will be gone. The Italy you dreamed of requires legs you no longer have. You think you'll have that beer with your old buddy soon. That buddy is fighting a battle you know nothing about because you haven't called him in 2 years. And soon will turn into a funeral notice on Facebook. Men, we are conditioned to trade our time for status. We are taught that our value is on our business card. It's a lie. We trade today for a someday that isn't guaranteed. We are the architects of our own loneliness, and we build the walls with bricks of gold, thinking it makes a difference. It's still a prison. I have a grandson. He visits me. He's 28. Smart kid. Works in finance. He checks his watch every 10 minutes while I'm talking. I see myself in him. It terrifies me. He's rushing to get back to the grind. He talks about hustle culture. I want to grab him by the shoulders and shake him until his teeth rattle. I want to say, boy, the grind doesn't love you back. The company will post your job opening before your obituary is printed in the paper. But I don't, because he wouldn't listen. Just like I didn't listen to my father. Just like I didn't listen to Eleanor. We have to break ourselves to learn. But maybe, just maybe, you don't have to. I'm approaching the end of my watch. My body is failing. My knees, my back, they serve me well, but they're done. The engine is giving out. And looking back from the finish line, here is the only math that matters. Not your net worth, but your self-worth in the eyes of those who love you. Success isn't the number in your bank account. It's the number of dinners you didn't check your phone. It's the number of bedtime stories you read with funny voices. It's the number of Saturday mornings you wasted doing nothing with your kids. It's the times you were physically tired but emotionally available. That is the only currency that buys you peace on your deathbed. Don't wait until you're 98 sitting in a dark garage talking to a camera. Don't wait for the heart attack to realize you need to slow down. Don't wait for the divorce papers to realize she was lonely. Don't wait for the empty nest to realize you never really knew your kids. Put down the phone. Close the laptop. Go home. Not just physically. Go home mentally. Look at your wife. Look at her like you did when you first met, before the bills and the stress. She is still there, waiting for you. Listen to your kids' boring stories about Minecraft or school like they are the most important news in the world, because to them, you represent the world. Because the clock is ticking, gentlemen, and it ticks faster than you think. You're not the exception, you're just next in line. I've said my piece. I'm tired now. Go, before it's too late. Make it count.